Hi ho, soap carving 201 here. So we went from a chunk to a sphere, and now we're taking the rest of the block of soap that we used, and we're trying to imagine what's inside that block. What are we going to carve next? So I'm going to tip this down here, and I'm going to work a little bit with this chunk I have left. So I want to try to get this out of here a little bit, and so I'm going to take my kitchen knife, my Sloyd knife, my work knife, whatever you want to call it, and scratch that out of there, because that's going to do nothing but weaken my design. I don't want advertising over the top of it. And if you remember from last time, my cardboard's getting pretty sketchy here, but I like a piece of cardboard to keep my workspace clean. I work on the newsprint that I gave you, unless you used it up. Just, use newspaper or something like that. So I'm looking at this and I'm sort of imagining, I'm seeing a giraffe. So I'm seeing the legs here, I'm seeing the body in here, and I'm seeing the head that comes up here. And I'm seeing, because this is so thick here, I'm seeing that I could get a forward facing rather than outward facing muzzle, neck. So what I kind of like to do is rough out my design. And you can use a pencil or you can use something sharp. So I know that my neck is going to go up here. And maybe, I'm looking at it now and I'm like, I don't think the legs are going to be long enough, or the neck's long enough. So I'm going to make like a baby dinosaur. All right. So I'm going to maybe have a tail that comes around, and I'm going to have legs in the front, like think brontosaurus, right? And then I'm just going to start cutting away. So I'm not doing a tremendous amount of detailed carving here or indication, but what I am doing is saying, okay, this needs to come out because this is going to be the dinosaur here. So I'm going to start nibbling away at this. And I could be bold and try to score this. And since I have a pretty good tool and I'm pretty sure this tool is going to work, I'm not doing my curve yet. I'm working in straight lines because I'm going to try to snap this out of here. Now, if I were smart, I'd probably nibble away at it like that. But I think I'm relatively sure that I'm going to be able to do this. So that's okay, because then I can just go back with that knife and clean that right up. And I'm gonna get this stuff out of the way. I don't like working in a mess. So I don't know if you can see my dinosaur here, but this is gonna be the bum, this is gonna be the head, and the feet will be down here. So like baby brontosaurus. I'm gonna start rounding the bum. And I'm just using the tip of the knife. And I'm trying to get down to a place where it's smooth. So this kind of stuff that's breaking off here, I want to get that off before it just looks crappy. All right. So I see a good place for haunch there. So I'm going to make a little line. That's going to be one leg there. I don't know if you can see that. And so I'm going to try to accentuate that. And by that, I mean I'm carving in a little bit here. So I'm taking some of that stuff away. And I'm going to take some away right under there, because those are going to be the feet. So sometimes what I find is like I can travel from one spot to the next, because my line is helping me, but also your knife just kind of wants to continue. So it's kind of brought me to the other side where I have to quickly decide, like, okay, I'm gonna bring the foot down here. And oh yeah, I wanted a tail. Well, I've cut that out. And so my tail isn't going to be able to wrap there unless I do some fast thinking. So, you know, you can see how you can take away too much pretty quickly. And I think I'm going to be able to resolve that, but back here. So I want my tail to wrap around. So I'm going to indent a little, indicate that there's a tail there. And you can see I'm using the tip. So basically, you're going to spend probably an hour or so carving this because you can see it takes a little while to get around those areas. It also takes a good vision. And I think, you know, in terms of that, sometimes that's easier said than done. I like to carve, but I find additive work infinitely more friendly in terms of the way I see things. Subtractive sculpture is difficult. So, I hope you can see where this is going, but I hope, you know, you also can see that watching me do this for the next hour might be kind of painful. It takes shape slowly, but that's okay. I want you to have fun with it, but I also want you to, you know, be able to kind of appreciate the nature of subtraction. And like I said, in our class, it's time consuming. So you can see, you know, with this piece, I'm about not quite at the same place, maybe a little further ahead. I have to break those legs apart. I have to give some facial features. I'm going to taper the snoot a little bit. So I'm probably going to have another video that kind of skips over some of this middle part and comes in towards the end. So hopefully that was helpful in terms of how to start, and I'll see you soon. Okay.